Hello, viewers. Chris from Laser Time here. Who else do we have with us?
Dave.
Brett.
And Diamond Dog Dave Rudden has played Dishonored 2.
Yes, please call me Diamond Dog Dave Dishonored.
Dishonored Rudden. Dishonored, one of the last great next-gen. I love Dishonored, the original Dishonored.
That was it was 2012. One of my favorite games of that year. One of I think the highest review score I ever gave at OXM. I gave it a 9, and I like the DLC even more. It's just a great game overall. Taken quite a while for the sequel to come out, but if what the level that I played is any indication, we have something to look forward to on November 11th. I played a really long level, very complex, and some new enemies, new powers being shown, real fun. So why don't we jump into that beautiful bean footage?
Oh.
This is my first set of enemy encounters, and you can see a couple of the new powers. I'm playing as Emily Kaldwin, who's played by Chloe Grace Moretz, and she was the Empress in the first game. You were rescuing her, and in this game now, she's putting a hit out on all these people. I usually go stealth and non-violent, but since this is a demo, I went a little bit darker, and I used a bolt gun to shoot that one's head off. This guy somehow didn't notice, but now he does, and
my body.
You know, there's a lot of stealth in this game. I'm in the sneaking position. So if I don't interject here, that guy pulls up a kind of a gate that will lock me out. But I shot him with another crossbow and took him out. And the rats come when you kill people in the game and you're going on the high chaos path.
Okay.
I'm not used to them because I don't really, like I said before, I tend to go non-violent, but this time I changed things up. You can do more than just loot these enemies, as I've done so deftly. When their heads are separated, you can take them with you.
Yay! So what purpose?
It's a distraction item. Are
there retina scanners in this?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there are. So the entire premise of this level is that it's owned by a man named Kirin Jindosh. And
Kirin Ichiban.
Yeah, delicious beer, but a horrible man, and he's made. And I decided to trade out heads because this one's a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
And he has this mansion that you pull cranks and it changes the layout. Like the entire layout of a floor will change, and it made it for kind of a confusing demo when I played it because.
So he made a water temple out of his house.
Pretty much.
Horrible man.
But yeah, so like I said, you can use that as a distraction item, and right now I haven't used many of the new powers, but the main one that she has is a thing called Link, and you can use it if there are two enemies near each other. You can use it to kill two enemies simultaneously. You can also play as Corvo, who was the protagonist of the original Dishonored, and I didn't have the time to get to him, but he had like a kind of a tornado sort of attack that just sends like tornado out at somebody and kills them that way. Here's her new power, Domino. And if there are two people near each other and you kill one, the other person automatically dies.
Really?
So these are... I didn't know they were innocents when I did it, but... so here she is. I link her to the guy next to her.
How sweet. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Like a murderous Cupid.
They're linked in both life and death, as you'll see in just a second.
And now, wow, left-handed shot.
Literally 2 birds with 1 bullet. Down you go. All right, sorry, it took me a little bit to line up that aiming, and I used a gun that probably didn't even need that. But let's get a little bit cool, another transformation that's pretty neat, and then we'll jump ahead to another bloodletting section. All right, so we've skipped a little bit ahead in my playthrough. I've rescued Anton Sokolov, who is he's from the first Dishonored. He's kind of like the inventor guy who gives you all your neat technology. And I've run into a new batch of enemies. I'm carrying Sokolov on my shoulder. I have to be very careful with him.
That was like an invisibility.
But look, I'm still learning the buttons. But I was able.
Ahead.
Yeah, I was able to remember how to decapitate a man.
Often throw men at other men.
But Sokolov's still alive. That's the most important part. And I still have that head.
What is with all the dismemberment? Like, I don't remember that from the first one, but it was.
So this is a real.
He's already dishonored.
He's blinking.
Dishonored one had a lot of tough moral choices. This one is: do I keep the head, or do I carry this man to safety? I chose to carry that man to safety, but I really regret leaving that decapitated head. I don't know why I couldn't just use my other hand for it.
You better be important, guy.
So now that I've saved Anton Sokolov, I have to bring him to the outside so he can be taken to safety. But I also noticed my health is kind of low, so I decided to eat some food.
It's the finest
dark bread.
Oh,
A
perfect.
skewer.
Must be a game demo.
Yep. And Threw him to this. Look, I was really hungry. And
wow.
a very provocative looking pig that, like,
Yeah.
I'll get up on there because I realized I couldn't grab him from underneath the table.
Man, this pig's thighs are out of control.
Look, you have to look at it. So this is a completely new enemy type we're about to run into.
Ooh.
These are called clockwork soldiers, not clockwork knights on the Sega Saturn. Clockwork soldiers. They're slightly more difficult than human opponents. They can shock you.
Clockwork soldier.
This one I
told you.
Yeah, this one I shot right in the head and it's still going strong, which surprised me a little bit.
Robot's brain could be anywhere, Dave.
And my usual tactic of throw Sokolov, as you'll see in a second, is not going to work. It didn't work. So I just hack at him.
Hack at his crotch.
Yep.
He's held together by a...
Well, his brain wasn't in his head as I discovered, so I figured. And I was also very worried right there that, like, I don't want to stab the dude I'm supposed to save. I can only throw him places. I can't stab him. So I blocked him, parried that, and then did the damage
To the
blow.
kneecap. That is dirty.
Yep. And everyone knows, the way to a robot's heart is through his stomach.
Well, that concludes a look back at Dave's demo.
Yeah.
That's one of the weirder things we've ever done. But if you liked it, subscribe to the channel or head to lasertimepodcast.com. We do have a weekly video game show on the LaserTime Network. That would be Video Game Apocalypse, baby.
Yeah, we got a written preview of this, and I'm sure by the time the game comes out, we'll play a longer stretch.
Exactly.
And I'll try not to throw Sokolov anymore.
And
no promises.
If you liked our weirdo coverage of this, check out the stupid revelation I had with Lego Dimensions, and Brett just completed a complete Castlevania timeline
Oh boy.
in honor of its 30th anniversary. Thanks for watching.
Bye.